Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling.
Man, my cock is swollen.
Raw dog.
Oh, raw dog. I like that. Raw dog radio.
Hey, by the way, we're two for two here.
Huh?
2 for Tuesday. Nice days. It is a peach, a humdinger with 2 in a row, baby.
I told you. Well, I think Sunday was pretty good, too.
Sunday was good. That's
Sunday
3.
was nice, yeah.
Woo-wee.
I told you, I need 10 in a row. I think tomorrow's supposed to rain. But it's spectacular out there. And yes, I forgot because we were podcasting all day yesterday. You leave here and you're like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
perfect.
Beauty.
And I'm going to go. I might go home and smoke a cigar in my backyard today.
Wow.
Right in the baby's face.
That's living. Yeah. Stunt that growth. He'll be 4'1" when he's 30.
I went for a long walk this morning with the baby, the Bambino, and I got my friend Lindsay Adams in town. She's staying with me. So I woke up, went for a long walk with him, got my coffee, my donut, sucked it down, and then right as I get back to the house, he's falling asleep. He sleeps better in the cart.
Stroller.
In the stroller. So I was like, let me walk, get his nap in. So I walked for another 30 minutes, get back to the house again. Lindsay texts and goes, hey, I slept in. Have you gotten coffee yet? And I said, I did, but I'll go again. So I did another half hour. I did 90 straight minutes of walking. I'm at like 6,700 steps at 9:15 in the morning.
Wow. What that fucking numbnuts you got down there? That wart, that bunion, that callus?
It's killing me. It's a nightmare. And so I told the story on a previous podcast that I got the cream, the balm.
Yes, you got to put the balm on.
The Chinese balm. And I stuck it on there. And then after a week, it fell out. And I was like, it's all over, baby.
Yes.
I threw a ticker tape parade. What the hell's a ticker tape?
I think that's the confetti. You know, because
why not just a confetti parade?
Because the ticker comes in. It's that little paper. So they use that paper in the parade.
Oh, okay. So what? Someone just clips the ticker?
I guess so, yeah. And they just keep
put it
all
in the
of
bucket.
it. Yeah, they keep all that in case the president gets elected.
No kidding. Or the World Series.
Or the World Series, or you win the war.
And then you shoot it out.
I guess so. It's basically jizz for the city.
It's celebratory jizz.
It's celebratory paper jizz.
I love that. Paper jizz. Now that's a good name for a film
Paper
or
jizz.
a novel.
Yeah, the sequel to Paper Moon. That's where a guy shows his ass. And you jizz on it. I'm stretching.
I love to jizz on an ass.
Oh, I like it somewhere a little where she can see it.
Oh, she doesn't want to see it.
You got a different dame than I do.
I guess so. She wants to see it. What is she? She looks at it. She reads it.
Yeah, it's like Braille. She's touching it. I don't know. My gal's like, put it right in the tomato soup. She's eating it.
Wow. Yeah, I think my girl, she's like, you put it on the bun and then you just wipe it clear. I don't think she wants to see it ever.
She wants a glaze.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she wants that either. But it's a compromise. Life is about compromise.
See, if I was a lady, I would love jizz, and I wish women jizzed. Because it's Patrice O'Neill would say it's a receipt.
Now you're speaking my language now. This is all I've been talking about for years. I want it to shoot off the back of my throat and drip down my gullet.
Well, I don't know about that, but you want a lady like a squirter. That's why guys love squirters, because it's some reaction.
I know, but squirt is piss.
It's half and half.
Squirt is piss. I put that in my coffee.
Yeah.
But
skim.
No, jizz is good. I long for jizz.
Yes.
I
Paper jizz.
Chew it like bubble gum.
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I had this thing called Porno Bizarro, and the guy would jizz on a piece of bread and the one would eat it. It was a little much for a kid.
See, I like jizz in the mouth, but it can't hit something first. You can't jizz in a tea bag and then chew on it.
Yeah, Chappelle had that bit about jizzing in the fish tank and watching the fish.
Oh, yeah. That
was fun. He was
guy.
fun.
Yeah, he certainly was.
Keep it moving. So you're
Still is.
600
It's the
steps.
best.
You got a plantar fascianal.
Well, so I thought the plantar wart, I thought it had fallen off because a big chunk of it fell off, but just a piece of it fell off. And you got to get it all out.
Yeah.
So after a day, I've had one day of like, it's out, it's over, baby. And then after like 2 hours of walking, I was like, fuck, it's still in there. I went back to the doctor, and she's like, it's still in there, I'm sorry to say, with the microscope. But I'm back with I'm putting the white jizz on my foot every night, plus the shoot it off with the...
That's fun.
So eventually, it's got to... I need it off by the summer, because you know me,
Yes.
I'm an active guy.
Now, can I get this broad's number? Because can she do face?
Oh, yeah, we had
All
this
right.
conversation yesterday.
Oh.
I'm going to give you her name and number.
She can do head to toe, literally.
Her name is fine. Can we bleep her name? But when you hear it, it's funny. It's a funny name for a dermatologist.
I can't wait.
Her name is Dr.
No.
Is that crazy?
Wow, you got right in there.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, wow. Well,
Bleep the second part too, but how wacky is
That's
that?
wacky.
It's like a
Bernie Madoff.
a librarian named Cone. I mean, an ice cream man named Cone from the librarian.
or Anthony Weiner.
Right.
Yeah, I love when the name syncs up.
It's all synced and sunk, but yeah, you got to go. Maybe we'll go
Kitchen sink.
together.
Well, all right.
By the way, how about when you came to the therapist office and the
yeah.
psychiatrist? She came out and she was like, "What's going on here?"
We're both whispering and giggling by the window, and she was like, "Are they going to jump? What's happening here?"
Well, she said I went in there and she was like, "Yeah, it was interesting to observe you with a buddy."
Oh, was that her?
That was her.
Oh, I thought that was a rando.
No, that was her. And then afterwards, she was like, "Yeah, you can tell you're a fun guy
Oh.
just from that." And I said,
Damn.
"Yeah, I'm as fun as it gets, lady." And she said, "But don't ever bring a buddy to the waiting room."
Oh.
She's like, "That's just completely inappropriate."
Wow, she set you up and she knocked you down. Fun guy, good to see you with a buddy, and then don't ever do that again, you piece of shit.
Well, we were not in the waiting room. We were in the outside the waiting. But she's like, "You can't come in the waiting room like that," which I wouldn't do anyways.
Okay, yeah,
We
yeah.
were in the foyer.
And we tucked away as well. I thought we were pretty considerate.
Absolutely.
Consideration is key. My lady, no consideration for sleeping. Just a side note. Sorry, I got no sleep.
What do you mean? What did she comes in and...
Well, she'll go out with friends. They'll have dinner. She'll have a glass of wine. And I'll text her like, it's late. It was like 2 a.m. I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm going to bed. And so, let me sleep. And she'll come in and be like, woo, you sleeping? Kick me in the face. And I'm like, I'm sleeping.
I've had that where I'm sleeping and they toss the clothes on. Like they're getting ready for work and they just toss the clean clothes onto my ankle.
What?
Like, I'm just getting ready for work, like when you do the... Let me just get that on there.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sleeping.
I'm here.
But I'm
queer.
always... my wife is good and I wake up before her, which is nice.
That's big.
You want to feel superior,
Well, we have a rule in our house. Whoever wakes up second has to make the bed.
Jesus Christ.
So it's kind of good motivation to get your fat ass on the floor.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm up and I'm like looking at that fucked up bed. I'm going, not my problem. I'm up.
That's nice. I don't care about. I don't like making a bed. I'll throw it over, like just make it look presentable. But this thing where you're like tucking in and doing the hospital corners or whatever.
No, what am I, Hispanic? That's too much.
Forgot to put on Do Not Disturb.
There you go.
I was disturbed.
Yes, you were.
I'm disturbed. I think that was my dentist.
Every day's my
Which
birthday.
is exciting. Let me see. No. What happened here?
Is it a Durham?
Oh, once you put on Do Not Disturb, then they can't see. You can't see who called.
Oh, you can't see Peter.
Do you do not Disturb?
No, I just don't look at it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. You got to go into a file and open a
No, you just pull this
facial
down.
recognition.
You know who showed me?
Huh.
One Joe Rogan.
Wow.
Yeah, because I got a new phone in Austin, did the podcast, and I was like, I got a new phone. I don't know how to do this bullshit. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'll show you. Which is always
Ah.
nerve-wracking when someone takes your phone. Is there
Of
anything
course.
worse?
Of course. Well, a woman especially.
Oh, I wouldn't let a woman near my phone.
No, or my car.
But, holy, that was unnecessary.
I wasn't even going Asian, but
Well, I think bad driver, you think,
Well, my lady can't drive. She won't. She's gotten like 17 car wrecks. It's like a crazy stereotype. And so we go on any road trip, it's all me behind the wheel.
I got to tell you, I'm also well. Here's the thing: I like driving. I want
I like
control
it.
of the vehicle, and sometimes my wife will have long drives, and she's like, because I'm like tired of driving, I'm frustrated, but she's like, well, I could take over, but that's not alleviating the issue I'm having. Like sitting in the passenger seat. I don't find like now I'm enjoying myself. It's the act of being in the car, the stopping, the starting, the traffic. You understand what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Like us switching seat, and now if she's driving, I'm like, careful, watch out for this, careful for that. Not out loud in my head. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm still like, tap the brake. The bandwidth is still being used,
Got
even
it.
as a passenger.
I see. See, I don't have that. I'm in that passenger seat. I'm like, it's all on you, sister.
Not if she's driving, though.
Well, maybe
'Cause,
not her. Not
That's
her.
what I mean. Like if you have a driver, like a professional driver, maybe.
Professional. Well, what if I was driving? I'm a pretty good driver.
I drove with you once.
And
It was okay.
I was drunk.
No, it was great. It was fantastic. We were in the Beamer.
Oh, yeah, but I've driven some rental cars, and you actually said, boy, you're a good driver.
I don't really remember that, but yeah, no, that sounds
I
right.
Never forgot it.
No, there's some drivers that are good. Tom Dustin was always an excellent driver. He was always very nice because he would be like, "You're the best driver I've ever driven with," which was very touching. Because I'm all 10 and 2 and locked in.
Yeah, you got to lock in. The key is smoothness. The slow brake, the slow gas. Some of these guys, the boop, boop, the
It makes me fucking insane.
insane. I yelled. I didn't yell. I had to talk to an Uber driver. I was like, "What are you doing with the start stop?" He's like, "What you mean? What you mean?" I'm like, "I'm jerking."
I've done the same. I'm trying to jerk it, and I can't come because I can't see Peter. But I was taught, like certain things you're taught as a boy.
Yes.
That just stick in there.
Oh yeah, I got them all.
And they said if you see illuminated red lights anywhere in front of you, you
That's
should
it.
be covering the brake
Here,
at the
here.
minimum.
Yes.
I don't understand people that are accelerating towards stoplights.
I don't get it. And then they got to go,
Yes.
and now we're jerked.
And we're jerked, and I'm like, just start slowing down. The cars are like, what? You're racing to the red light?
And then this guy, now we're done with the red lights, and where the light is green, and they go,
Yes.
like, you can't gently. They're not good with the progression of a push. They just push.
Well, you know my invention. I've talked about it before, and I want to say it as much as I can because
Oh.
eventually it's going to happen.
Hey, you'll get the credit.
Brake lights, I've said it on the podcast years ago. Brake lights where there's multiple lights so you can see the degree in which they're braking, whether it's 10 or 5. Because right now, the brake lights illuminate if you touch it slightly
Yep.
or if you slam on it, same light. So sometimes you're driving 80 miles an hour, you see brake lights and you go, whoa! But they're actually just slowing down slightly.
Sure.
So it should be a brighter red or like a scale, so you can tell the difference between a brake slam and a tap, a touch.
I'm gonna push back. I like it.
Push.
I'm pushing back here because people are cum guzzlers, and they go, "Oh, that's a light brake. I'm good," and they won't brake.
It's a good point.
You almost have to show people danger just vaguely, like, "Hey, this is a blanket danger."
But conversely, because people are sweetards,
Yes,
they also slam on their brakes when they see red. And you're
That's
like, why are you
true.
slamming on your brakes? He's slowing down.
I know.
It's okay.
But I guess better safe than sorry.
And I got another idea, a green light that shows they're accelerating. So you could tell they're either accelerating, braking, or idling. So
Now I like it.
if
I
they're
like
not
that.
hitting the gas or the brake, you can tell they're slowing down because their foot is off the gas now.
Yes, and sometimes people are just sitting there, but they're not braking. They're just sitting there like neutral, and you can come up behind them and you don't see brake lights. So you're like, "Oh, geez, he's not moving."
That's what I'm saying. And also, I'd like an intercom system where I can go, boop, hey, could you fucking go, you piece of shit?
Well,
we have the horn.
We got the toot.
I don't like the toot. I want a specific, more than just a toot. I
More
want to
than a
get the
toot.
fuck out of the way, heads up, excuse me.
I know, because now humans have to regulate the toot. They got to go, "Rip," or
And sometimes you don't know, and this happens in New York a lot. People just open with the lay on.
oh, I hate the layoff.
You got to open with, boop, and then they don't move. Then you go, boop, boop. Then they don't move. Then you go, boop.
Right. Degrees.
Exactly.
Now, have you seen in Europe what they do is they go, okay, we got a stoplight. What is it? Red, yellow, green.
Yes.
Or is it green, yellow, red? Either way.
Red, yellow, green.
We'll go red, yellow, green. They got the stoplight. yellow, red. We all know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
In Europe, they do that too, but they also go yellow, green.
Right.
Meaning
yes,
it's
I have
about to
seen
turn
that.
green,
Yes.
which is pretty brilliant. It's
Right.
a little fix, but it goes a long way.
They give you a little thing, yes. In the old days in New York, it would be a yellow light, then it would be yellow and red at the same time, then the yellow would turn off.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's in Taxi Driver.
Whoa.
I was always like, that's weird.
I had a fun idea. A side note: Taxi Driver sequel, but a disgruntled Uber.
Uber driver.
Uber driver, because that feels like the next Genesis. You know,
Sure.
we've kind of lost the taxi, but the Uber is a whole nother world. We got the phone, we got the rating, we got the Muslim, we got the radio, we got the phone call.
Yeah. Maybe instead of Travis Bickle, it's, Mustafa
Muhammad.
Staffason.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's furious at all the whites in the back going,
Yes.
buy, sell. And he goes, I'm going to, whatever. I don't know.
Plus the drunk chicks who get in, they puke in the car. He's just getting more and more angry, and then he's talking back home to his buddy, and he's sending money to the family. There's a lot here.
Yeah. I think I've probably told this story before, but my ex-girlfriend, we were in a cab one time, and the cab driver just started shouting at her. And I was like drunk and like, I gotta talk to my girl. I was like, pull the fucking car over. I was one of these guys. Pull the fucking car. He's like, I am pulling the car. You get out of my cab, you piece of shit. And I got up. I go, what the fuck's wrong with you? You fucking talk to my girl that way. And he was like, my friend, look at them. Look at my fucking car. And I looked, and there was just puke all the way down this. I had no idea she was barfing out the window. I didn't realize. And in the car, out of the car, and I was like, I am so sorry. I gave him a big tip. I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But I was ready to fight the guy, and then I was like, you're 100% right.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
She sucks.
Yeah.
We'll
And
both leave her.
I kicked her to the curb.
I saw a guy, a big Italian dude, like out of a movie, stereotypical, in a SUV. Him and a cab were going at it. They were like swerving at each other, kind of doing this shit, and then start, stop. They finally pull it over. They go, let's go. Middle Eastern guy, whatever, Indian guy gets out. He's got the little hat, no brim, just that little weird fez kind of hat. He's got a white shirt with a brown vest. He had the baggy, he looked like Aladdin. And he had the sandals on, and the other guy gets out. He's a big Italian dude. He's got a tracksuit on. And the Indian guy takes his sandal off, throws it at the guy, and the guy goes, uh-oh. And he just beat the shit out of him. Right there on the sidewalk.
Wow, the sandal, those are fighting words.
Oh, that's a fighting shoe.
Who throws a shoe? I mean, really? Austin Powers.
But I think the Italian guy was like, this will be quick work.
Right, well, once the guy's shoeless Joe, whatever.
Joe Namath, Joe Vincent.
Joe, I was trying to think of something.
Jojo Rabbit?
Bangladeshian?
Yeah, I
What's
couldn't think of anything either.
Shafi Hossein?
Okay, there you go. Hossein.
Shoeless Hossein.
Yes.
You're not going to win. You don't want to take a shoe off, I don't think.
No.
Not a smart idea. And
it was like when you're a kid and you do something, and right when you do it, you're like, I'm in trouble.
yeah, I think that happens a lot with fighting. People get out of a car, they get and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah,
Never get out of the car.
No.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, he got the snot beaten out of him, which is a weird moment for a male, because you're like, all right, this is a little excessive. Should I keep walking? Should I go, hey, all right, buddy, what do you do there? You go, it's not my fight, not my problem. I got no dog in it. What do you do?
Well, you should avoid fighting at all costs, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we're adults and you get hurt real bad and go to jail.
Yeah.
Also, there's not like a lot of, I don't think there's a lot of instances of like, I got in a fight and I feel great about it.
No, that's true.
Because you're probably going to break your hand or have your face broken or get arrested or sued.
Yeah.
Or you get knocked out and land on the street and you're fucking brain damaged and dead.
And then you get this guy.
Right.
Upload. Hey, there's your
viral.
whole legacy right there. You're the guy who got knocked out by the other dude.
And people have weapons now, many, whether it's mace or a nightstick or a gun.
Or a shoe.
Or a knife or a flip-flop,
Yeah.
as it were. And also, so many people train MMA
Oh,
and jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
You have no idea.
Over here, everybody,
Yeah.
watch out. And if you put us in a lineup, they might pick you last as the MMA guy.
Right, and as they should. But, I always say this about Diego Lopez, my trainer, who's an undefeated cage fighting black belt.
Tough dude.
You know, he's got cauliflower, so if you're paying attention, you can see that. And
Sure.
he's tatted up, but often he's dressed in long sleeves, and he's a fashion guy.
Oh, is he?
So he's got cool socks and short pants and a button down with a sweater vest.
Ugh.
You just go, look at this guy. I'm going to fuck you.
Yes.
And then he kills you any which way he wants to.
Yeah, he's good, and he's not big either.
Well, he's not small.
Well, he's a medium guy.
He's medium. He's
Yeah.
5'10", but he's beefed up, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I've seen him shirtless.
But
It's
he's,
very impressive.
yeah, I think he's probably 5'11", maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and 180, I'm guessing. These are guesses.
Yeah. Sounds hot.
But, yeah, these people just kill you. I mean, I always talk about that bartender, Caroline's. Remember that guy with the mutton chops? He was kind of
No.
crazy.
No.
He was, he played one of the he was in Mortal Kombat.
Oh wow.
And he played like one of the, or maybe it was like Power Rangers or something, but they're actual, kung fu. It doesn't sound tough.
Big difference.
But, wow, they're both fantasy karate people.
True.
But
Asian in some way.
he was telling me, he gave me a DVD of him training with, those dummies that are like on the black springboard thing.
Yes.
They're like weight at the bottom, and it's like a guy with pecs and no face.
Yeah, no arms.
He showed me him, he's like just kicking the shit out of it. Like foot over the thing, like, gah, like jump kick, crazy kung fu shit.
I like it. You took the DVD, you went home, you put it in.
Absolutely. You give me a DVD, I'm watching it. At least in 2008 I was.
Sure, I would have thrown that right in the garbage. It's like a mixtape. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'll see you in hell.
Well, at the time, that we didn't have Netflix and
That's
Amazon
true.
and
That's
Pornhub.
true. That's true.
A new DVD, I was like, oh, and I was poor.
That was porn.
But I watched it, and I said I was poor.
Oh, sorry. I was like, yeah, poor.
But it was porn, too. Pornhub. Is that something?
Pornhub?
No, I don't know if that's anything.
Okay. How about the porn man's? Yeah, never mind.
But anyways, he was kicking the shit out, but he just looked like a goofball bartender.
Yeah.
And then he'd kick your fucking head off your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, the mutton chops, that's a bit of a tell. You don't mean a wuss with muttons.
I guess you could. I mean, I can see Chuck with a pair of muttons.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I take it all back.
Yeah. But
Chuck's not kicking a head off.
yeah, it's scary out there. You don't know who's who and what's what. But
True that.
which I've been saying for my whole comedy career about comics that'll snap and start calling women whores and stuff. And I'm like, can you fight?
I
Like,
know.
What are you doing?
I remember. Jay Moore. He's not the toughest looking guy, but he was like a first class wrestler, all American, yada yada. So all like Keith Robinson's like, don't fuck with Jay Moore.
No kidding.
But you'd never know.
Andy Kindler.
No.
I'm telling you, he's like a trained fighting guy.
Come on.
The story was he kept doing
Come
state of the
on.
industry, and he was like, he was shit. Bless you.
Ooh, that was a classic.
He was shitting on everybody. This guy sucks. This
That's
guy
the
sucks.
whole
And he's
thing.
like, I better get ready to fight people.
What?
I think Kindler can throw down. I mean, maybe
Wow.
not now, but 10 years ago.
How about that? Well, I'd like to see that DVD. Send me the mixtape or whatever.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there that could fuck you right up.
You never know, folks, and you never know who's packing heat.
Absolutely. Chris Gethard, another one. I think is like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
Pete Lee as well. He can crack some skulls.
Oh yeah, Pete Lee,
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Muay
Muay.
Thai. Muay Thai is that crazy. This shit.
Oh yeah. No, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to square up against a guy and he just starts going, wow. You're like, oh no. But that's when you want to go Indiana and just shoot his ass.
Right. Great film.
Great film, great turn. That was a fun joke for a kid.
That's a hell of a picture.
Good times. They don't make them like that.
Hey, folks, Tuesday's Stories is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know we love BetterHelp, baby. When is the last time you really celebrated a win? Therapy can help you let those little moments of compassion pass you by. Celebration pass you by. BetterHelp's online therapy helps empower you, teaches you to set boundaries, and helps you learn positive coping skills. That's the thing about being a human being. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you are. We're all screwed up. We're all wacky, and we're all off in some way. So, figure out your way, make it better, and fix your head. You know, you got a bum leg or a ED, you go to the doctor and fix it. Why not fix your mind, too? I know everybody's against it, but it's good to get it out. Go for it, folks. Get on BetterHelp. It's 100% online. So it's easy to plan sessions around a busy schedule, do therapy from your couch, on the go, whatever works for you. Getting started is simple. Just take a quiz, and BetterHelp will match you up with a licensed therapist. How great is that? They do all the work for you. You don't have to leave the house. This is genius. Take a moment. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. Get some help and get better, folks. Folks, Tuesdays with Stories brought to you by Raycon. The best earbuds in the game just got better. Raycon launched their upgraded version of the best-selling everyday earbuds, and you're going to want to get in on the action. Raycon's everyday earbuds offer the same audio quality you expect from the big guys, but at half the price, and they now come with awesome new features. This new drop comes with active noise cancellation, a quick charge function for when you need music now, multi-point connectivity, and they've even got waterproof and sweat resistant. I love the Raycons. It's all I wear. I'm actually wearing them right now when I record this, so they really know what they're doing. They cancel it all out. They sound great. I listen to the books on tape, the podcasts, and the music. Good for all of them. And they can get wet, unlike my wife. Go to Raycon.com/Tuesdays today to get 20% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's right. You'll get 20% off free shipping at buyraycon.com/Tuesdays. BUYRAYCON.com/Tuesdays. Get on it.
What the hell? Gee, I think I cut you off with my wife being an inconsiderate waker-upper, and then we ended up on an Uber fister.
Oh, all I was going to say, I think I said it. I was at like 6,700 steps at 9:15, which is a great feeling.
That's a great feeling. Well, there's nothing better than knocking shit out in the morning, and you're like, when it's noon, you're like, I got the whole day. It's noon.
This is one of the nice things about having a kid. And I was getting up early anyways, but you can really get after it nice and early.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I've been drinking more on the road. I don't know what's come over me. I think I'm just so excited to be out there and living and doing sets and being out of New York for a second. And I'm waking up at 1, and then you gotta drive to the next town, which is a 2-hour drive. So now you get there at 4. You gotta be at the show at 6:30, so you get like 2 hours to yourself to shit, shower, and shave. You're not writing as much. You're not seeing the cities as much. It's bad news.
No, well, they know what they said, or Ben Franklin, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Woo! He was good.
Yeah, didn't he rape?
He was a womanizer.
By the way, it turns out, one episode I said, did Harvey Weinstein rape? It turns out he raped quite a bit.
Yeah, I believe
not a great
so.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, he's in jail.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did he die? He didn't die?
No, but he looks like hell. He didn't look great before, but the money will keep you lubed up. Now he's a fucking ghoul.
Yeah, that's too bad.
In a wheelchair. But I also think they doctor him up a little bit. They're like, you got to stay shitty looking for the court. We want him to feel bad for you. But nobody's feeling bad for that monster.
Yeah, he stinks. Mm-hmm. Get out of here, Weinstein.
Great producer, though.
Great films.
Mm-hmm.
Miramax.
Miramax.
Those are his parents.
Huh?
Those his two parents' names combined.
Is that right?
Mira and Max.
Whoa, what a weirdo.
So mine would be Debieve.
Debieve. Yeah.
That sounds like the cab driver that threw the shoe.
Leave it to Beaver.
And what you'd be, what's your mother's name?
It'd be
Rick and
Rick
Morty?
Liz.
Riz.
I guess Riz.
Lick. Could be Lick.
Could be Lick or Riz. I like that.
Lick Productions.
Yeah, Lick. I don't know. That feels like more Harvey's. But who the hell knows? So how about this? Last night, I do a Legion of Skanks.
LOS.
Downstairs room.
Oh, I heard
way
that.
better.
I've heard that.
Way better. It's livelier. It feels like an event. What a lineup. Gomez is in Jamaica. And I feel like he's in Jamaica every 6 minutes.
He vacations a lot.
He likes
That
Jamaica.
guy throws around some coin.
Yeah, he does. Well, good for him. He works hard. He's Puerto Rican. His dad's dead. So, Amico filled in.
Oh, nice.
2 chairs. And DeRosa.
Oh, fun.
And we had a great... Boy, Amico is quick.
Yeah, he's one of the best ever.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's like Norton, Norman. That's it. level of
Wow,
well,
I'm honored to be thrown in there. But
well, you could
yeah,
have thrown my name in there yourself, but it's a little awkward now. But
yeah, throw you in there.
yeah,
'cause
throw me in there.
we could all fit in there. But yeah, and then DeRosa was just so funny naturally, just being DeRosa.
Who's another one? We're missing somebody. We're talking about recently.
Well, I got the
On pods.
Theos are funny. Theo's very quick.
I've never seen Theo on
Oh,
anything.
Theo's on another level. And he's weird. He's like different. He's not just the good line. He has a line that's funny and out the box.
I've never been in the same room as Theo.
Oh, yeah. He's
Epstein.
really?
Vaughn.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think so.
You guys would mesh? Yeah, who's another sniper that's
We were just
really
talking about
impressive?
somebody. Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, Hinchcliffe's great
Hinchcliffe's
on the
another
road,
one.
on
Hinchcliffe,
the pod.
Norton, Amico. Those guys are really special.
Yeah, Tony had a great line. We were talking about protect our parks, and Brian Simpson's like, "Would you guys ever let me on?" And we were like, we can't have a black." And then Tony goes, "Yeah, it's not protect our Rosa parks." And I was like, "There
He's
you go."
very good. Yeah,
That
he's
was quick.
very impressive.
Yeah, he's good.
But Amico's unbelievable. I messaged Amico after it was the naked roast
Yes.
at Skankfest. I was like, he was like blowing my mind.
Yeah, he's great. So we're doing the show, and somehow DeRosa's cocaine intake comes up because I mentioned it.
Bachelor party.
And Amico's like, yeah, and DeRosa's like, stop saying I do coke. I don't do coke. We're like, shut up. And so then Amico goes, yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing coke. I'll do some coke right now. And the crowd goes wild, and this guy in a blazer and a mustache stood up like a fucking Willy Wonka.
What?
And he stood up and he goes, I have coke. And Amico goes, he walks over, Amico puts his forearm out, the guy pours the line, and he snorts it.
Oh my God, I can't abide by this.
And then Jay had the best line. He goes, I don't know if you guys know, that was Fentanyl Pete. Which I was like, so maybe throw Jay in there as
Good
well, by the
line.
way.
But I mean, this is appalling. Zach, God bless him, I love him. He's about 350 pounds overweight.
Sure.
Cocaine and overweight. His heart can't take this. Not to
Yeah.
mention he's sticking thumbtacks up his ass every 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's,
This fentanyl craze, everything's laced and lined.
he lives on the edge. But I guess if this guy had blow, he's probably done that batch.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe he just bought it out back.
But yeah, it was a wild ride. We did a good 2 hours of drunk debauchery. And my point is, Lewis should not be on the show. It was much better.
Oh, of course. But
Nah, I'm
Zach,
just
be
kidding.
careful out there.
Yeah.
My God, we need you, buddy. Well, yeah, we don't need you, but we want you.
We want you. But hey, maybe with the blow, he will eat less.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I mean, he could have died right on the spot there.
Yeah.
That ticker. It's always weird because you think of a heart is like the size of a fist, they say. And
Foot fist way.
these big people, I'm like, it's just in there working overtime. Don't get me wrong, my blood pressure is 380 over 170.
But yeah, he's a big whale of a man, and he really hit the blowhole.
I mean, I'm terrified of this, and I think that's all on camera. Can't you get in trouble for that? Maybe you can't get in trouble,
I
but
mean, I don't think he's not selling it. He's not giving it to a child. He did it himself. So what are they going to do? Go, hey, you did blow once, and he's going to go, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
yeah, I guess so. Good point.
I
But
assume.
boy, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
There's a fish. There's a rock.
Who cares? Don't
Don't
die. Jerry. Well, God bless you, Zach. Be careful out there, and at least doesn't smoke. I don't think.
He smoked a ham once. I know that. But we'll see. But yeah, funny guy, and we had a great time. And it's so funny because I did the pod, and it's just like wild shit. You're saying all this stuff. And then I had to do a cellar set, and I went up and I said some crazy shit, and they're like, whoa. And I'm like, oh, this is society again. Like, this is the normal people, civilians.
I have this all the time. I said at the I said fucking at the dentist the other day. I was like, we should be fucking.
Whoa, to the lady?
No, but I did say I was like, I know my teeth are crooked. I want to fucking kill myself. I said fucking and kill myself, and I was like, I'm so sorry, because
Yeah.
you're like, I'm a piece. I hang out with derelicts all day.
But we're artists too. I mean, I think we're numb. Our rods and cones are wired off, or they're burnt off at the ends. It's frayed because we've just those words are meaningless now.
I love burnt ends, and well, I had some barbecue with Canada the other day. My neighborhood, John Brown's Smokehouse. You should come over sometime. We'll go.
Queens BBQ.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'm getting annoyed by. These guys like, you getting this in that town? What are you crazy? You got Mexican food in Syracuse? I'm like, well, there could be Mexicans here.
This is all I've ever talked about.
Really? Lay it on me, fatty.
Wait, hold on. I had a story about burnt ends. What was it? I got...
Oh, barbecue, John Bryan,
No,
smoked
before
tits.
that, what did you say? I got distracted because you said burnt ends.
Our rods and cones are out of
swearing.
whack. We're numb.
I told this story before. I tried to do it as a bit, but one time I was at Starbucks, true story, I scanned the thing and it wouldn't scan. And I was like, my app is being cunty.
Oh.
And the lady was like, what? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot that cunty is not
We're not in England.
acceptable.
No. Yeah, but I would just go. I mean, I called a guy, Uber driver a cum guzzler. If you say that in the playground, they'll get the big net and bring you out of there.
They'll get the ice cream truck and send you off.
Net betting. Yeah.
I did this yesterday about you by accident.
Uh-oh.
Well, I went to get coffee when I was leaving at Grand Central, and they're like, "It's so hot in here," and I'm like, "It's hot in all these buildings." And they said, "Where do you work?" And I was like, "Oh, I work in this office building." And they said, "On what?" I told them, "It's a podcast." They said, "Who's on it?" I said, "Joe List and Mark Norman." They went, "Oh," and someone went, "Oh, Mark Norman." I go, "Everybody knows that homo," and like. I totally just didn't even think of
that's
it, and it
fun.
was definitely a wicked flamboyant guy, and he was
Oh,
and I almost wanted to apologize and be like, "Oh, sometimes we just say stuff. Like,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
being shitty about."
You
gay
gotta
people."
clock the gaze when you walk in.
It fell out of my mouth. I didn't think about it.
Clock block.
Like a
yeah.
cock.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, famous story. Not that famous, but I fucked with Guy Fieri when I met him,
Oh,
and it did not go over. And-
boy. Is he gay?
No, but I think he's like got companies and he's in the business and he's got endorsements and spiky hair. But he was trying to get a barbecue pit to light and he was trying to get the gas to work. And he's like, "How do you get this going?" I go, "Boy, you'd make a horrible Nazi." And he looked back and he was like, What are you, crazy?" And I'm like, "I'm joking. I don't know. I didn't know
Right,
the words of
that-
Larry David. I took a risk."
That goes viral and forget
Right,
about it.
right.
He's over there with the Nazi guy. He's got to make sure he's clear that he's not into the Nazi stuff.
Yeah, I guess my thing is like we're all adults here. You're not a Nazi. Yes, it's a dark joke, but dark jokes can be fun. I don't know. I guess I don't see the problem with it.
But remember when Bill Maher said, "Hey, I'm a house N-word," and he was talking to
Right.
a congressman. The congressman got in trouble.
Oh, did he?
They're like, "How could he just sit there and listen to a guy say the N-word?"
Okay, that's fair.
And then when the re-airing or whatever of talking funny, everyone
Right.
dragged Chris Rock.
Right. Good point.
So
Good point.
just being in the vicinity. I was on Jim and Sam one time, or Opie and Jim. I think it was one of the two. And Larry the Cable Guy was on. He was talking about Prilosec, and then I was talking about my herpes. I was like, "I have someone with herpes. I'm riddled with herpes." But you could tell he was like, "Okay, well, take care, and it was good to meet you guys."
Oh, no.
Because he doesn't even want herpes talk. He's trying
Yeah.
to sell Prilosec.
Wow. What the hell is Prilosec?
That's for acid reflux.
Oh, okay.
I
What
think.
you also have.
Yeah.
So there you go. You could use a little Larry the Cable Guy in your life, but yeah, that is. I mean, that's why you got to respect Gilbert.
Godfrey.
Aflac. I mean, the Aflac duck is just going on about 9/11 and the tsunami.
Nothing better. I miss Gilbert.
Where is he now?
Yeah, he's in hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's talking to OJ right now.
I just got back from Africa. It's all black now.
I love now. Like it wasn't black before.
Great bit. Great comic.
I remember that old Louis joke. He's like, white people are the only people who go to another country to go, a lot of minorities around here.
So many minorities.
Yeah, you're the minority. You're the white guy.
What were we talking about?
What were we talking? Burnt ends. You got some BBQ out there in QQ Queens.
Barbecue. You should come over sometime. See the baby. We'll throw back some barbecue. We'll smoke a
I
cigar.
love barbecue is a treat though, because everybody goes, "Hey, we'll get barbecue," and then you're like, "Holy!" It's like eating a pound of birthday cake.
You can't have a show that night.
No. Me and Soder got it. Terry Black's.
Terry Black's is the best.
It was great.
That's the best. Well, other than Two Brothers in San Antonio.
That I think is definitely better because Terry Black's is too. It's a scene. It's hip.
You got to go at like 11 a.m. or like 4:45 p.m. You got to go in between pops.
The
That's
peak.
what, last time I was there, we went at like maybe it was 5:15 or something before the dinner pop, or you got to get there at 11 a.m. But that
Okay.
place fucking rules.
Well, also nobody wants to tell you this, but barbecue, it keeps. You're like, how did I spend $90?
I know.
You get a sweet tea, a burnt end, and a cornbread. You're like, I got to mortgage my house here.
Well, because they make the side, it's all a la carte. A la carte. It's like $9 for a baked bean. It's $12 for a mac and cheese. It's $6 to have your salad tossed.
And you're sliding that tray down there, and the clock's ticking. There's a guy behind you. There's a tourist there. You got to go, go, go.
Plus, I want pulled pork, and I also want pulled prick, and I also want brisket. So you're like, give me a third of that. Give me a box of those. Give me
give me the labia, the clits. You want it all.
Yeah, and I just got really into pulled pork recently because I never liked pork because I don't like ham. So I thought like
pig.
ham was pulled pork, but it's
Very different.
very different.
Very
'Cause ham
different.
sucks.
I don't mind a little ham every now, but pulled pork is far superior.
And I'm not a big bacon guy either.
I'm not either.
I don't like bacon. I don't like ham. So
Boy.
I saw pulled pork on the menu, and I was like, get out of my face with this. And then one day, at Kismet, they were out of brisket. So I said, all right, give me the pulled pork. And I
Damn.
shit cum out of my ass.
Yeah, it's so good. And that sauce, it's why the terrorists hate us. But I just never realized we really fucked out that pig. We raped some pigs, which sounds like my college years. But yeah, pig, man. That's a lot coming out of that thing.
Big man.
But yeah, pulled pork is hard to beat. I mean, the brisket is my favorite. That shit melts right in your dick, and woo! These vegans, you're missing out, you silly bitches.
Well, this is a beef I have with my best bud, Matt Wayne, M-Dubs.
Are you vegan?
He's vegetarian. He's vegetarian. But we go to all these places. We were in Kansas City together. And it's afternoon time, and you're like, all right, let's go get lunch. And I'm just eating a fucking salad like a bag of assholes.
Yep.
And then we were in Nashville together. I want to eat some hot chicken, but we got to go get a salad. And
Well, how come you got to compromise?
well, I don't have to. I mean, I could go to, but then you got to go to two places, and one of you has to sit there while the other one's not eating.
Right.
So it's tough. I get the not eating meat. It's cruel to the animals.
Sure.
It's bad for the environment. It's bad for your asshole. Whatever. But I love meat.
I know. Well, the salad. I like a salad, and I love vegetables, and I love fruit and all that. But it doesn't satiate. You feel like you're not. It's almost like dry humping. You're like, hey, that was hot. We got in there, but we never sealed the deal.
Well, now people are all about protein. Protein.
There you go. I didn't know you were protein. What are you?
Damn straight I am.
What are you, the Jared Fogle?
Or you know who?
Enough said.
Boy. But protein is the thing that everyone's talking about now. I got a friend who's a female who just tells me you got to eat protein. It's all about protein. And they're like, I had 2 steaks yesterday after the gym. And I was like, is that right? When are we going to figure out
I know.
food?
Because they say that's bad for the heart, the arteries. You get clogged. You get the red meat. It's like that Richard Pryor bit. You shouldn't have had all that pork. And he goes down to his knees. Great bit.
Great bit. Great special. His best special. But
Easily.
what are, like... By the way, this is a touchy subject. I can already hear the keyboards clacking.
I
You
know.
fucking idiot. Steak is the best thing. You talk to Rogan. He's eating
Yeah.
a bag of ducks and
Duck
moose.
vaginas, yeah.
But then
Meese.
other people are like, if you cut out meat, you're fucking, this will go up, this will be great, and you'll do this. It's
Right.
like there's two sides that are so adamant of
Yeah.
like, who's wrong, who's right.
I know, side piece. It's tough because we keep getting, when you got the food chart when you were a kid, the pyramid, which is a scheme, it was like bread and dairy and eggs and all that shit. But you're like, bread's bad. Bread is sugar. We learned that the hard way. So bread's no good. And then eggs are high in cholesterol, but high in protein. So we're all topsy-turvy.
Yeah, protein is
And
big.
milk is bad for you, apparently.
But then there's people that say cholesterol's horseshit. They're like, get out of here with cholesterol. That doesn't matter. The numbers don't matter because there's good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and whoop-de-doo. And
Yeah. Well, we'll be eating tofu in 5 years only.
But I listened to another guy who said all that matters is calories in, calories out. He's like, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. Well, you can have Snickers bars all day. That's calories, but it's not great.
It's not great. There's no vitamins in there.
No nutrients, no sustenance.
Yeah.
I think you want the veggies, you want the sprouts, you want the greens, and the meat.
This guy basically, what's his name? I forget his name. He's like a big live as long as you can guy. He's on every podcast.
Okay.
I
I know
forget
this
his
guy.
name. Yeah.
Peter Attia.
Peter Attia, yes. That's it. And he talks about the key tenets of food diet are just don't eat too much and don't eat too little.
Okay.
That's what he says.
Well, then you hear you got to eat a bunch. Then you hear fasting. You got to
Right.
fast. Don't eat for 10 days and see if you live.
I was with Jason Lawhead last night. Great guy, great comic. He fasts 48 hours every week. He eats Monday night and then
Whoa.
Wednesday night. He looks like he walked in. I thought he was
Really?
dying. I was like worried he was sick. I was like, you look unbelievable.
Yeah, he's
And-
just thin as a rail.
He's just not thin as a rib, but like fit. And he's like,
Wow.
I've never had better concentration, more
Really?
energy spike. I can focus. I'm sleeping again. He's like, I got to know my kids again. I learned Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't eat from Monday to Wednesday. And then I talked to Sarah, and she's like, that's a eating disorder.
Oh.
And then Russ Maneve, he eats every other day.
Ooh. But can he pig out on the eat day?
I think you eat fucking ass if you want. You can eat anything.
All right. I like it.
So
I might try this.
I've fasted for 24 hours a couple times, me and Jonigan years ago for fun. But you feel those hunger pang, like you want to kill somebody.
Yeah. Well, what's that Snickers thing? Hungry is angry. Hunger.
Why wait?
Why wait? No. Maybe that's no good.
I don't know.
But I think maybe Gandhi was onto something. I mean, he died of hunger, but maybe for like the first week he was cooking.
I mean, I don't know.
not cooking.
I'd like to be, but I guess you plateau because you lose all this weight and then you kind of fixate on one spot. But he's like, I got a burst of energy. I'm doing push-ups. I'm bouncing off the wall.
Wow, I'll try it. Whatever works. Because I've cut bread and I feel better just doing that.
Right. I feel like you haven't had bread since 1978.
I mean, I do it. Me and Salacuse will hit a diner. We'll share a waffle. So I'll eat a quarter of a waffle every now and then. And that's like my big treat. But I still guzzle vodka.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But I don't think that's that's bad in a horrible, different way.
Yeah, well, you lose sleep. I think it shrinks your brain. It's ages you.
Well, there's all these new studies about alcohol that they're like, we're gonna look at alcohol the way we look at cigarettes.
I
They're
know.
like,
I know.
that's like fucking poison.
I know. And my dad would drink just multiple beers a night and wine. So, but he's still hanging in there. But then you hear the Queen, who lived to 99. She drank a pint of gin a day.
Yeah, I don't know
Churchill.
what to believe. Jay Leno eats fast food all the time.
Does he?
Who knows? Yeah. Well, that's my beef with that Peter Attia guy. We should probably tell a story at some point.
Oh, shit.
But Peter Attia talked about this whole thing. He was on Sam Harris, and he was like, the food doesn't matter. And I was getting thrilled. He's like, exercise matters more. Don't eat too much calories. And then later on, he was like, blood pressure is one of the great tests of how healthy someone is. And I'm like, but food causes blood pressure to go up.
Yeah.
So all the things you said about food, I actually wanted to ask Sam this when I interviewed him, even though it was the other guy who said it. But I'm like, how can both these things be true?
Yes,
The
yes.
food doesn't actually matter other than intake, calorie intake, and then blood pressure. But I'm like, but French fries cause your blood pressure to go up.
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Well, we'll have Peter Attia on and really beat the shit out of him.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. A lot of questions. We should take him to Chipotle.
Everyone hates the comedy guest, but we have on like a serious guest. That might be, maybe that's the angle.
That's not bad because we can sing while he's the straight queef.
Right. Only on Patreon.
I like it. I would watch that.
You know what's funny is we could just put any guy on and say it's Peter Attia.
That's true.
Like, this is him, and just put, Sagalo on there with a mustache.
Well, he's at the pinnacle of health.
Good point.
But yeah.
Hey, folks, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Stand Up Cinema on May 6th. I'm excited to announce the release of my latest acting role. This is for Joe List. Stuck in the Park, a short film written and directed by Sam Rubinoff, also starring Karen Feehan and Keith Robinson. Having just premiered in LA, it's now free to watch on YouTube. Check out the link in the bio. Come on, the guy's making movies. Get on it. Yeah, buddy. Hey, folks, Tuesdays with Stories. Brought to you by Astepro. Oh, yeah. Love it. Shout out to Astepro for sponsoring this episode and providing the show with free samples. Allergies are the worst, just in general, but especially this spring. I've been grosser than usual. Thank God for Astepro. It's a total game changer. You got to do it. We got all the pollen and the crap kicking up in New York City, and I'm a walker. I'm outside. I'm out every day. So I got to stay fresh, and I sound like hell when I'm stuffed up or when I'm snotty. I'm a comedian. We got to talk for a living. So you got to get it. You got to get on it and get yourself some today, and don't deal with this crap. If allergies have been taking you out this season, give Astepro a try. Astepro is a first-of-its-kind nasal allergy spray Other nasal sprays take hours to kick in, but this stuff starts working in 30 minutes, which is great. When I have to record a podcast or just breathe in general. Come on. It's the fastest 24-hour over-the-counter allergy spray, and it is the first and only 24 steroid-free allergy spray. It delivers full prescription strength indoor and outdoor allergy relief from nasal congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing. They got it all, baby. Get fast-acting nasal allergy symptom relief with Astepro. Go to asteproallergy.com for a discount so you can Astepro and go today. ASTEPRO allergy.com. That's asteproallergy.com. Astepro and go. Thank you.
We had Yang on the other pod, and he's just the most serious Asian presidential candidate, and we were popping and papping, and he was like, whoa, what's going on? I did 8 pedophile jokes. He almost walked out.
But he must have laughed because he likes Shane. He wrote to Shane.
That's
and thought
true.
Shane was great.
Well, he likes comedy. He's just a little like, I like it at a distance. I don't want to be next to you like the guy Fieri.
It's like we're talking about. Yeah, you can't just be on there going, and he's
Yes.
gonna be like, hey, I don't, whatever.
He's running for president, and that clip pops up, and I'm going, oh, I can't drive. And he's like, all right, I lost the whole race.
Yeah. Hey,
Lace.
double meaning.
Oh, yeah.
Lost
I
the race.
didn't even catch that. So, yeah, that's we did a pod yesterday, so I'm not really crawling with stories here, but what do you
podcast.
got? You got anything?
Crawling with stories. Well, I had
That's the horror version.
a hell of a time Sunday night. Was it Sunday night? I can't remember.
Oh, I did too, actually.
Oh, Sunday night, I did one of the Fat Black Pussycat hours.
Oh, those are great.
5 p.m. show, which has always been my dream.
Oh, you're out of there by 7.
Everything Bill Cosby's done in his career, I would like to do. You know what I mean?
Especially the later
A
stuff.
show in the round, a 2 p.m. show, smoke a cigar on stage.
Yes, yes.
The other stuff. I
Sure.
just love that man. And that's what it felt like, though. It was 5 p.m., broad daylight. And it was supposed to be at the Fat Black Pussycat Lounge.
There you
That's
go.
not easy to say. And I get the call from Liz. She goes, we're moving to the bar because you got too much high demand, too many tickets to
That's
sell.
very nice feeling.
And she said, we'd put you in the VU, but there's already a show there.
Wow, you could have done the VU on an off night.
The VU, which is nice because you get a big chunk of the door. So I felt like $1 million.
Maybe you got a 5 o'clock crowd. You might have a matinee fan base.
That would be nice.
An MFB.
Motherfucker, baby. I don't know. I'm a little off. We recorded 2 days in a row. I'm sleepy.
No, keep it going.
MILF, fag, balloon.
I'd like to get on that thing. Travel the world. Hit that fire thing.
Yeah, what is the fire? That boosts you?
It boosts. Yeah, I think it gets some oxygen in that balloon, and or less oxygen. I don't know. Who came up with the hot air balloon? That guy must have been high out of his dick.
Who came up with that name? Europe.
What's that?
That's Ellen Cleghorn in the Seinfeld SNL from '92.
Oh,
When he's teaching the kids in the class.
Right.
Who was
Europe.
Indiana Jones fighting in Raise the Lost Ark? And Farley goes, beside the snakes.
I've stolen that in high school. I would do that.
Oh,
move.
it's amazing.
Classic.
Ellen Cleghorn. Who came up with that name? Europe. Great sketch. Great comedian.
She was never great, I don't think.
Well, she's fantastic in that one line.
She had one.
What was I talking about? Fat Black.
Fat, black, dickless bitch.
On demand. We put it in the bigger room. It's sold out. I got some buddies coming. We do the show, 5p. And I show up early. I'm like, I'm here to get some wings. And they're like, the kitchen's not open. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
What? That's crazy.
But eventually they open it. I got the wings, shoved the wings up my ass. Feehan's opening. She comes. She gets wings. We're getting wings. We're trashing everybody. She goes up. First 2 jokes.
You?
Her.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going, oh, Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have done a 5 p.m. show. This
Yeah.
is horrible. This crowd sucks. But I think crowds, going up cold is a nightmare.
It is. It really is.
All of a sudden, you're just there, and the best way to do it is like when Louis does a show, or like he'll like introduce like, "Hey, these are my friends. I
Right,
brought them.
right.
Watch them," and so it's a couple of real, and you're like, Uh-oh.
Well, it's very unnatural. We went from, hey, what are you ordering? All right, here we are. Well, did you put money in the meter? And then, so I was at the bank, and you're like, what? Oh, okay.
Exactly.
It's a silly process.
So it was one of these ones where, like, then the next joke gets, like, a teetering.
Okay, we're tittering.
And then, like, joke 3 gets a nice laugh.
All
joke
right.
4 hits. Joke
All right.
5, kill. And then, like, the last 14 minutes is just, like, a kill.
All right, well, that's actually great odds for a 5 p.m. open cold.
Yeah, and then by the end, you're like, this crowd's, like, on fire. She's, like, murdering. So she brings me up and she goes, this guy's been on the Tonight Show 100 times, Joe List. And I go, I've been on the Tonight Show twice. And that gets like a, blah, like a laugh. And you're like, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And it remained that way I did 70 minutes. I just kept going because I just emptied the notebook because I'm like, well, how about this?
We get a lot of work done.
And she only did 15, so it's like no shows are 90 minutes.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll just stay up here. And they're like, you have the room till 6:40.
Wow.
So I went to like 6:25, and I'm telling you, this is the best show I've ever done in my life.
Woo! You get the audio?
I got the audio. I think they video it also. I was like, in the middle of the show, I'm like, I should just make this my special.
Yeah.
It's like, it was insane. It was the hottest crowd of all time, and packed, hot women too, which was exciting, and ugly men. And Lou
Perfect.
Witzke was there from Sirius.
Wait, who?
You know Lou?
Oh,
White Lou.
Oh, okay, White Lou.
Yeah, Monica
He's nice.
Lewinsky. It'd be funny. I just brushed that under the.
Yeah.
Lewinsky was there, and
Game honor.
Lou Witzke, I think is his name.
Lou Witzke. Wow, that's
think
really
that's his
close
name.
to Lewinsky.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Interesting.
He was at Colleen Quinn, also very close to Colin Quinn.
That is close, yeah, and she's
And
a big Irish lady.
Wendy Lobel
Was
there. It was
go LaBelle. Ring that bell.
Who's who of who cares, but great show. Great show, just dynamite. You finish the show, you're just roaring, and you wish that all the comics were there.
I know.
Come back, and not one person's there because nobody.
Well, we're still asleep. It's 5.
Yeah, the show's it's the middle of the daytime, and then I look at my thing. It's 6:20. I go home. It's like 6:45, and there's still an hour and a half of light. I love the spring, the summer, and gay men.
Yes, the gays. But yeah, that's the best feeling. You got your work in, so you don't feel like a piece of shit. Now you're back home. You're good dad, and you got a TV on.
And bless you.
Wow.
And you make like $1,300 or something on a Sunday.
And you up the tickets. Like you oversold, which is a nice feeling.
Great feeling. So
Early bird.
I might have to start doing these shows because I got a big show coming up in November that I can't promote yet.
Well, we got some runway here.
So New Yorkers, if you're listening, New York gays, I got a big old show.
Oh, it's
in
a humding
November. So get
doozy.
excited. It's gonna be a Saturday night in November. Clear the calendar.
That's a whopper. That's a very New York show. I made it, baby. I'm somebody. That's lunch. I over Louis there years ago, and I felt like, oh my God, I'm cooking.
Yeah, so just be near Madison Square Garden on November 9th.
There you go.
Just kidding. But anyways, yeah, so that was exciting. And then last night I did Grove 34. This is the way to do it. You get older, you're like, fuck spots. Spots are gay. Give me those hours.
Hours are key.
Yes, because you want to be able, I can take it around. I can move it back here.
Yes. Well, what if it's like 20 minutes? That's not comedy.
Yeah.
An hour 20. You got to learn to pace and walk around and buy a car.
All that stuff. So it's nice. And then I did an hour on Sunday, an hour on Monday. And now I got Tuesday, Wednesday off before going to Buffalo, which is nice.
There you go. So even if I do 4 sets, that's 15 minutes. That's only an hour.
Right.
So you did 2 sets. You're already up 2 hours with 2 nights off.
Plus, you can really work it in better and fuck around and goof around. And comedy is a lot of fun.
It really is something special. And it's got its downfalls. It's whatever, bad parts. But... boy, when it's cooking, there's not much better.
But the just being on stage part is all wonderful.
All pipes.
I mean, assuming the crowd is good. But we made it to a place where we're performing for people that came to see us. That's a great feeling.
Yeah, which always is a mind fuck when you get in front of those regular Joes and the accountants and the nurses and the whatnots. Because it's like we said before with the cunty phone. Phones being cunty because they're like, oh, whoa, this is like high octane.
Right.
Which I forget is because I remember one time we were watching you were doing an hour at the VU. I was sitting in the back with Louie, and he's like, man, some of this is really dirty, but he ran, you could tell he did the road, and he cornered the edges or whatever rounded the edges. Or the corners, I don't know. But he had a good way to put it. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's very smart. We're dumb.
Yeah.
And also, I did the annual Uncle Dale Firehouse benefit.
Classic.
And that was fun up there in Massachusetts, up there without all the assistants, up there in Plymouth, Massachusetts this year. We got to get you sometime.
I'm down. Is it a weekend?
Yeah, of course.
I see.
Yeah.
What if there's a fire?
Well, there's other firemen that aren't there. They put the rookies at the firehouse.
Oh, smart. Yeah, suck it, interns.
Yeah, put the fucking fat assholes there. But great show. This was on a Sunday this year.
Aha, so I can do Sunday.
All right, next year maybe we'll do a Sunday. But the Sunday's tough because people work. People are like, I don't want to be here on a Sunday.
What do you mean they work?
They work Monday.
Ah.
But it was Patriots Day, so some people were up, but some people weren't. Sunday's tough. I think people mentally just aren't ready for a Sunday. They see Sunday and they just go, nope.
I agree. Yeah, Sunday is bad. You think underwear, chub, TV.
Do you still have this thing where you think about the Wonder Years or Married with Children and you get like depressed because you have school the next day?
Oh, the Sunday Scaries.
Yes.
They call them. A little bit, yeah. I don't have that anymore because we're comedians.
Right. Now, I still get it a little bit because Monday does feel like I got to get a reel. I got to fucking email my asshole.
That's true. If you notice on Monday on your gram, it's like clip.
Right.
Because everybody thinks, oh, work day started.
Well, I still have the internal thing on a weekday. I'm like, I should be doing a bunch of stuff. But Sunday, I'm like, I'm putting sports on and that's it.
How long till young people get rid of Monday? That's because they're like, we're quiet quitting. We don't want to work. Fuck paying taxes. Fuck daylight savings. Fuck working out. I'm doing Ozempic. It's just, the Mondays are going to go eventually.
But then Monday just becomes Sunday and Tuesday becomes Monday.
That's why you need the Monday. I know Monday's hell. You got a case of the Mondays. We all hate a Monday, Garfield. But you need that kick in the dick to get it going.
Tony V has a joke about how Garfield was never been funny once ever.
I never got it.
He's like, I hate Jim Davis. I think he sucks. And he's like, Garfield blows.
He likes lasagna? That's not a joke. There's no twist.
John Arbuckle.
Likes lasagna. And then Odie. He didn't even do anything.
OD.
I'll be doing that later.
But anyways, the show was great. We had a great Sean Sullivan does the show every year. You know Sean Sullivan?
Funny guy.
Boston comic.
Oh,
absolutely hilarious. He's the one, Louis, I had him open for Louis in Boston years ago, and Louis was like, you got to quit your job, do comedy on the road, go hit the road. And he's like, I have 4 kids. I don't.
Oh, wow.
He's like, I have a job working for the government.
Does he have a thing out? I'd like to watch more of this guy because he's just like a William Wallace. He's 7 foot tall. If he's a foot, he can kill the Irishman.
He watched The Irishman, but it took him a long time.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
But I don't know. He's probably got. I think he did a Comedy Central something. I think he's got a clip. He's got to have an album.
All right,
I would think.
I would like to
he's
hear that.
Hilarious. I mean, he stole the show. He does it every year, and just a killer. And we had Cantor and Bulger and Greg Murphy, who's a Boston comic, who just happened to be in town. And he's like, I'm going to come by and say hello. And I threw him up there, and he fucking murdered. Sarah did a spot. She killed. And then Christine Hurley. You ever see Christine Hurley?
I don't believe.
She's a Boston lady who's like her husband's a fireman. So she does all fireman shit.
Oh, perfect.
The room explodes. And just a great show. We raised some money. And a bunch of Tuesdays came out. So high five to them. Bunch of fucking big, tough-looking gays.
Wow, I love to hear a tough gay. You don't hear about that anymore. It's all just like school shooter types. But Feinstein's got a chunk on Fireman that's pretty great. She's married to one.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should get her next year.
Get her. She would love to do it. I'm sure they would eat that right up. And I forgot what I was going to say. That's a lot of comics on one show.
It's hard because it's a fundraiser, so it's not like a big budget. It's hard to be like, if I'm like, Rachel, will you come up to Boston for one night to do a show? She's like, what's the budget? I'm like, we'll give you $300 and free booze.
Yeah.
In the old days, it was like Uncle Dale would just buy everybody booze, but now no one drinks. We're older.
Yeah, it's true. And you already got a couple bucks. It's like when they go, hey, you do this show, I'll give you a bar tab and a burger. And before you were like, That's all I need in my life. And now you're like, I can buy a burger, and I'm trying to not drink all night.
Well, you know what I've said for years? You know a show's bad when they mention the food in the pitch.
Ooh, interesting.
Come do my show. We got fish and chips. It's the best you ever had in your life. And you're like, well, this is a hell gig.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Because they go with the Beacon. They're like, we want you to do 2 shows at the Beacon. And boy, do we have some steaks.
We got the best pizza pie in New York City. No, they go, hey, we got a hot room.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You got anything?
Well,
to
I
say?
went to we talking Sunday there, the Sunday Scaries. I was wildly hungover from Madison, Wisconsin. We did the 2 shows. We drank throughout the shows. Then we popped over to Comedy on State, one of the best clubs in America, and we got hammered there because they're like, "Woo, people are in town, party, shots," and shots are always bad, especially if you're in a school. But we got way too whacked out. Had the early flight, 2 hours of sleep, vodka running through your veins, head pounding, eyes red. You get on that plane. I had a Bloody Mary, which I try to never do hair of the dog.
Oh, I love hair of the dog.
I mean, it works. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I'm like, I deserve this. I stayed out. I drank a ton. This is what you get. And then there's something, too, about, like, just keeping it going. You're like, man, I got a real problem.
Right.
So I try not to do the hair of the doggy style, but I had to do it on the flight. I was like, give me a BL or BM, and still didn't help. Met up with Salacuse at 8 because we're doing Ruby's special.
Oh, Ruby.
Yeah, he did 2 tapings at New York Comedy Club, and I was dragging ass. He goes, what's up with you? I go, I'm hungover. He goes, still, it's 8. That's how bad it was. Just couldn't get through a shit and water, the whole thing, suicidal thoughts. Ruby ripped it. Killed it.
Attaboy Rube.
Sold it out, killed it, and I went up and ate my dick. I died up there. They
Come
could
on.
feel it. Well, they could feel it, and they were there for him, and I was like, so, yeah, what's up with, Tsunami, huh? Monica Lewinsky. I was off. I sucked. They could feel it. I could feel it. But I'll tell you, you do a set, you bomb, hangover cured.
Yeah, you get the stage health, they call it.
Yes, and your things are firing, and it's humiliating, and your fight or flight kicks in, adrenaline, endorphins. So there's a lot of medical, bodily biology going on.
Yeah, stage health. Yeah, you have a cold, you have a flu, you have homosexuality. You go on stage for those 15 minutes. You're cured
Yes.
of all of those diseases.
Any disorder, yeah, you're cured, you're back. So after that, I was like, what are we doing? Let's do another show. Let's get a drink. So yeah, it's like doing a little sniff.
It is, like a Miko.
Yes.
Be careful, Zach.
Yeah. Well, where are we at here? I mean,
We got the signal.
oh yeah, I didn't see
you
it.
You pointed.
I'm out to
What's wrong
lunch.
with
I don't
you?
know where I am. I'm on no sleep. The wife woke me up. That cunt.
You got some mental problems. You were like, got it. What's going on
Oh,
here?
did I? Jeez,
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at. I don't know who you are.
I'm Chuck. That's Joe. And
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we had to, folks. We really did some wacky stuff here today. I don't think we told a single story, but I had a great time.
Oh, this was fun as hell. Always a pleasure. Good to see you. And
My father's gay.
get on the Patreon. Come see us live. punchuplive.com/our names. And yeah, keep on keeping on. We'll see you in L.A., you queefs.
That's already happened.
That's
LA's passed.
LA's
We
amazing.
just had a great time.
I
Perfect,
love
amazing
LA.
show last night. Look at those
Big guests.
mountains. Look at those trees. What a night it was.
Yes.
I am in St. Louis next weekend. St. Louis.
The Arch.
And Atlanta in June. Salt Lake City in June. And Betty in June. And,
Oh yeah, Junebug.
Key West in June. I'm working too much in June, as you can tell. And I got Portland coming up, Indianapolis in September. A lot of fun stuff. So go to, like you said, Punch Up Live, comedianjoelist.com, whatever it is, and get on my YouTube. I'm ripping it up on YouTube over there.
Oh yeah, this weekend I'm excited. I'm in Victoria, British Columbia,
Ooh.
which is a big island off this side of Canada that apparently is like the Hamptons or something. Then we're in Vancouver. Then we're in Royal Oak Music Theater, which I've done before. It's a beautiful theater right there in Mich. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Matt Wayne. Then we got the old West Palm Beach and Fort Myers doubling up on the fort, so come on out, Florida. then the Schubert Theater in Beantown and New Haven, Connecticut. MarkNormanComedy.com for all the dates. Check the numbers. We're selling tickets. We'll see you in hell. What do you got, C-Note?
Check
out my podcast, Fun Bearable, at Fun Bearable Pod on socials, funbearablepod.com. It's a fun time. We do silly stuff.
All righty.
Yeah, thank you, folks. Praise Allah.